What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. Watching Amos Live. My name is Boy. This is the Kaagbaan, runway G6, primary runway for arrivals. It is Sunday, March 9th, 2025. Welcome to the show, one and all. Nieuwe goedemorgen, Marja goedenavond. Good morning to all others who have joined already. Strange, good morning, mate. Good to see you again. Johan, Errolmo, good morning. Eddie, good morning. Adi, goedemorgen. Tim said good morning. Dion, goedemorgen. Matthijs, Ton, Minecraft Boys. Fern, Sebastiaan, good morning. Lisa, what? From the cake bang? What? You! She's back. Umbrella 95 is coming in from Norveg Airways. Flight 730. What are it's on the way? The HBZK 3-year-old airplane for flight June 2021. Hello planes, good morning. Peter Petit, good morning. Sound is low. Which sound is low? Is the... Which sound is low? The ambient or our voice? Okay, let's see. Forgot to switch back on the DJI mic on the switcher when I was testing the audio. Simple matter of pushing the button. Again, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. We're at the Kaagbaan. I'm saying we. Lisa is also here. What? Chris Koot is also here. And the church bells are ringing, so we're sitting in the eyes of God because we're not in church, but we're standing at the Kaagbaan. We're going to hell, where it's nice and warm. You know where it's also nice and warm? Here at Schiphol Airport. Well, not warm yet, but it's definitely not cold anymore. This is KLM flight 682, arriving from Vancouver, Canada. 8 hours and 38 minutes on the way, A330-200. It's the PHAOD, 18 years old, first flight April 2006. LL should be somewhere behind it. Arriving from Tel Aviv. Think that's the glistening of the 737 that you see over there. Wolfgang, good morning, mate. Good to see ya. Good morning, Klaas. Good morning to all others. Eddie, Marian, Anthony, Matt, and all the others. Adrie, goedemorgen. Pieter, goedemorgen. Jimmy Pirate, Erik, Avi, good morning one and all. Captain Harry, good morning. Supasta, good morning. Beautiful weather indeed. Quite a crowd already in the distance. Quite a few people have already come and are ready to do some plane spotting. There's two Air China cargo airplanes over there. A330-200 in the foreground with its hatch in the front. 777 freighter in the back with it and also with its cargo bay at the back. Good morning, Trucker Nick. Martien, goedemorgen. Jurgen, goedemorgen. Good morning. Helene, goedemorgen. KFN, good morning. KFN asks if the Polderbaan is open today for departures or arrivals. It is. They're using it for departures, so it's going to stay in use all throughout the day expectedly. After this El Al, we'll see another Delta coming. This is El Al flight 337 arriving from Tel Aviv, 737-900, 4 hours and 21 minutes the flight time. It's the 4X EHB, 11 years old, first flight November 2013. Bam. Bam, thank you, ma'am. Henner, good morning. Arnold, goedemorgen. André, goedemorgen. Good morning. Guten Morgen. Ton, goedemorgen. Laurens, goedemorgen. So we have two 747s and the A380 expected today. Not very rich distribution today, but at least it's something. The two 747s are arriving from Miami, Florida, so we'll land here regardless. And the Emirates A380 I thought was expected around 12:30, so by that time there's still one runway open for arrivals, and today it looks like 06 is going to stay the primary runway for arrivals. Then again, this is Schiphol Airport and you never know for sure. Nothing is ever certain here. This is Delta Airlines flight 162 arriving from Minneapolis, Minnesota. A330 Neo, 8 hours 5 minutes on the way. November 413, Delta X-Ray is its registration. The airplane is 2 years old. First flight was in June 2022. Fritz, guten Morgen. Drew, good morning. Bill J, good morning, my friend. Troy, good morning. Happy Sunday to you all. If you look in the ticker to the METAR, you will see that the wind is blowing from the east, but just a little bit north of east. And that's what is expected to stay in progress all throughout the day. In other words, the runway configuration used today, at least for the time being, is that of northern wind. And that means that Polderbaan and center are being used for departures. Means that we can also see departures from the center runway from behind. So if something interesting takes off from center, let me know. Use AMS Live or @AMS Live so that I can see your message. My name will highlight red in the chat, for me at least. Allows me to see it. I'm Herbert, good morning. Mike, good morning. Olivier, goedemorgen. Esther Benjamins, goedemorgen. Klaas says Lisa. It's Lisa with an E, not an A. Zit er goed ingepakt bij. Vindt ze het koud? Well, I'm also standing with my parka on and I have my gloves on. The wind is still chilly. It is expected to reach 19 degrees here later in the day, but at the moment it is still a bit chilly and there's also wind blowing, so it is a bit chilly. No. Rosie Groovy, good morning.
Cool like that.
Huh?
It's just because I'm cool like
You're cool like that. Ah, cold as ice.
Yeah.
Icy Lisa. Not spicy, but icy. There you go. New nickname. It's settled. Morning Rosie Groovy. Cor, goedemorgen. Laura, goedemorgen, good morning. Ben Pepper, good morning. Stefan, goedemorgen. Jurk, good morning. Jeroentje, goedemorgen. Danny, goedemorgen. Welcome one and all. Now, I hope you guys aren't getting the cramps because you're gluten intolerant, because this airplane is arriving from Celiac City. Yeah, BizJet. So, and on flight radar as well.
You hear it?
We're already behind the buildings, presumably. Good morning to all others who have joined in the meantime. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. I'm standing here at the Kaagbaan with Lise, and this is the runway being used for arrivals primarily today. A warm welcome back to Stefan, who just renewed his membership. Thank you for your vote of confidence and for renewing your membership, Stefan. We kept your seat warm, obviously. Good to have you back, mate. Lufty coming in from Frankfurt. Flight 988 A320. 48 minutes to flight time. It's the DAIQU. Daiku. Not a haiku, but a daiku. It is 24 years old, first flight November 2000. Ewald, good morning. Diana, goedemorgen. Dave 8010, good morning, mate. Bob, good morning. Jillard, goedemorgen, kerel. Bill J says, good morning. At least DB, it sounds like the vodka is already flowing. Oi, oi, oi. Just you wait. Maybe she'll do an airplane dance too. What? Rob H asks if I have researched the monumentally important eel question. I have to admit I haven't come around to it yet. I humbly apologize to all eel lovers and lovers of eel facts and related things. My sincerest apologies. I haven't come around to it yet. Hey there Wiepstra, goedemorgen. Minecraft Boys asks, where are we standing? This is the Kaagbaan, runway 06, and we're at the southwestern threshold. Good morning, Oexa Chizek, who is tuning in from Munich. Have a nice Sunday to you too, mate. Good morning, Monzi. Well, they just went to daylight savings in Ontario, so it's an hour later than usual. Yay! No longer in the middle of the night, but a little less middle in the middle of the night that Amos Live begins with the streams. No airplanes in sight just yet. The next airplane to arrive should be Delta Airlines Flight 56 arriving from Salt Lake City. It does provide us with a nice window of opportunity to have a look and see what is happening. So, crouching behind the laptop, opening up the screen and screen, let's first have a look at the weather. So this is the wind, the meter in the ticker, and you will see the wind is blowing from the east, but a little bit north of it. The runway being used for arrivals is runway 06, so that means that there is mostly headwind and a little bit of crosswind from the right, with a little variation between headwind and, well, crosswind. Little bit of wind. It's only 4 knots, 2 above 4. It's CAV-OK. That means that the lower 5,000 feet around the airport are clear of clouds and precipitation. It's 10 degrees C already, 1007 hectopascals. The air pressure, current runway use, this, parallel departures. We're standing approximately over here at the beginning of the Kaagbaan. Later, I'm expecting this runway to open up the Aalsmeerbaan as secondary runway during the inbound peaks. Looking on flight radar, Cargolux is now over Ireland. That's the first arrival, the quad squad arrival of the show, expected around 11:42 now. Atlas Air is also coming in around 10 past noon. And just east of Bucharest in Romanian airspace now, by the looks of it, is Emirates Flight 147. Its ETA is 12:22. So that's the current state of affairs over here. In the meantime, a very good morning to everybody who has joined us. I see a twin jet contrail coming this way. Looks like it is moving southwest to northeast. Let's see if we can pick it up. With the sun behind us, this is the right angle to see details. Yeah, could be BA. Probably not Ryanair. Looks like an Airbus more than a Boeing. I'd be inclined to say it is something from BA, but you guys probably know for sure. And Wolfgang says, hey, what's the threshold in terms of temperature for Lisa DB going out? Could you give us a meta update on it? Well, as it happens, she is already here. Alive and kicking. So I'd say 10 degrees C and having time for it, which is going to change pretty soon. First day of work tomorrow, here in the Netherlands, no less. Guess who just received her Dutch BSN number? we're annexating her now. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Claudia. Good morning, Wolf Wellman. So we have Austrian Wolf and we have Wolf Wellman. Sorry, Wellman. More wolves in the chat now. Now, if only Miss Wolves will also join us, we'll have an entire pack of wolves. Good morning, Loller Pilot. Good morning, NJ. Good morning, Nusa Goals. Good morning, Martijn. Jan Jansen, good morning. LC878, guten Morgen. Dexis, goedemorgen. I'm Herbert, good morning. Vico, good morning, goedemorgen. Merlin, goedemorgen, good morning. Good morning, one and all. Looks like 2 consecutive deltas and then Turkish means we're going to see 3 back-to-back Delta Airbus A330s. This is Delta Airlines Flight 56, arriving from Salt Lake City. And somewhere behind it should be the next Delta. There it is. That's Delta Airlines Flight 90, arriving from Orlando. In the meantime, Captain Jerry Donnelly, Jerome has also returned in the chat and he came in with a massive bang, gifting 10 memberships just now. Jerry, what are you doing, mate? Thank you so much. Mate, you really didn't have to do that, you know that. I hope that everybody who received a membership from you will thank you for it and will also enjoy using the custom emojis that they now have at their disposal for a month. Jerome, mate, that is above and beyond. Hope you still have plenty of cash left to finance your food and drink during your 6-week trip. Don't spend it on me. Beautiful wheelie. That's the reversers being applied. I'm using this brief window of opportunity to go back to the computer. Because not only went Jerry ahead, Bill Peterson followed. He also super chatted very generously and says, thanks boy, nothing is free. Thank you, mate. You didn't have to do that. I keep saying it. Thank you so much, Bill, for your generosity as well. That is very, very much appreciated. Incredible. Now it's a beautiful day here, and I think it's better weather than it was yesterday because the contrails are much better visible than they were yesterday. Means that if it ever would get a bit quiet over here, we might be able to do some contrail spotting as well. For now, I hope that won't be the case anytime soon, and it looks like it won't be because there's 2 more back-to-back A330s coming in. The first one on the right is Delta Airlines Flight 90 arriving from Orlando, Florida. Turkish Flight 1951 arriving from Istanbul behind it. They're both A330-300s. The Delta's is 21 years old and the Turkish is 9 years old. First up, Delta Airlines Flight 90. Oh, no. That's just Area 53 and a rain truck. Are they rainmakers? Flight time 8 hours and 17 minutes. The airplane is 21 years old. This is the November 803 November Whiskey. Gijsbers, Ronald says Rijm is a cleaning company. So there you go.
Actually waited until the Delta landed.
They waited until the Delta landed. Yeah, you never know if they might hit the truck. Wolfgang says hopefully they don't start to pump over there. That would get loud. No, they're continuing driving along the runway. I think they're headed for the cargo area, the cargo apron on the north side. So should be good. Rain, boy. Right, let's quickly turn back. Turkish is coming. Turkish flight 1951 arriving from Istanbul. Another A330-300. Flight time of this airplane 2 hours 53 minutes. That's par for the course. Istanbul Amsterdam usually averages around 3 hours, just like Athens is. And this is the TC Joy. That's Juliet Oscar India. Joy. Joyful arrival. 9-year-old airplane. First flight April 2015. Whoop. What? Where? Oh yeah. Two cute cooties. Two cute cooties. Let's have a look at them. In the meantime, good morning, one and all. Clean, clean. First clean, then morning cardio, then eating some fibers and greens. They're so healthy. And Tim says, guessing 18R is closing in 2 minutes. Nope. Nope. Because it's only for inbound traffic. Today, the Polderbaan is being used for outbound traffic, so it's normal operating procedures over here. It's only for inbound flights, so when the wind is blowing from the south and the Polderbaan is in use for arrivals, that they close the runway. But the Polderbaan is now being used as outbound runway as 36 left, so it's going to stay open in the upcoming hours. This is Lufti A319 arriving from Munich, flight 2302, 1 hour and 9 minutes underway. The Daibm, D-A-I-B-M, Bravo Mike, 20 years old, first flight June 2004. After that, we are going to see a Dreamliner arriving from Austin, Texas. So both Air China cargos are still being loaded and or unloaded. On the left, A330-200, it's loading hatches on the front of the fuselage, and behind it there's a 777 with the hatch at the back. Let's quickly turn around, have a look at the next airplane coming in. It's KLM flight 668 arriving from Austin, Texas. 7879 Dreamliner. Flight time 8 hours and 39 minutes. The PHBHC, that's not THC, but BHC. 9-year-old airplane, first flight October 2015. Gary Grebe just now dove up from the corner of my eye on the right. Nope. They have a sixth sense for when a camera is pointed in their direction. They immediately start diving under as soon as they detect the camera. There's the glide slope. Right, 2 airplanes on the glide slope. On the right, KLM flight 1402, 737-800 arriving from Paris. KM Malta on the left, A320neo arriving from Malta. Einat Kasmin, good morning. Annabelle, good morning. Oh, what up, mate? Yeah, he was getting noisy, wasn't he? Mother effer. Mother ducker. What a mother ducker. Right. KLM flight 1402 arriving from Paris. 39 minutes the flight time. PHBXF, 24 years old. First flight made 2000. 2000. Indeed, Bill J, that was a duck you. Duck you, mother ducker. Now, over there, another grebe. And yep, already diving under. Oh wait, no, there's his mate. One dove under and the other now. It's a pity because over here we have backlight. That's a bit of a pity. Let's quickly turn back. KM Malta is coming in from Malta. Flight 394. There it is. A320neo, 2 hours 51 minutes underway. It's the 9HNEF. It was a foot indeed, Tim Sid. This airplane from KM Malta is a year old, first flight May 2023. Hey there Björn, goedemorgen, good morning. Lee Spenny, good morning. And welcome to the show, all others who have joined us in the meantime. Guido, goedemorgen. Maak er een mooie dag van. Make a beautiful day out of it. I will definitely do that, mate. You too. Oh.
Oh, couple.
Yeah. Grebes letting us know. Haha, we're here.
They're gone again.
And gone again. Yeah. I wasn't even going to try to point the camera towards them. Hey there Peter K, good morning. Rob, goedemorgen. Evan, top of the morning, good morning, good to see you mate. Doing well. Jerry Donnelly says, I decided to travel light for my trip, but I will buy new essential clothing during layovers to save time. I suppose that's a viable strategy if you have the money for it. Disposable undies. Oh, still got the camera at autofocus and then you get those focus dances. Now it's back to manual because infinity is all you need. A320 Neorio coming in from Birmingham. This is an airplane 2 years old, first flight October 2022. 48 minutes the flight time. Another A319 from EasyJet arriving from London Gatwick, followed by What is this again? Tarom, arriving from Bucharest. 737. Oh yeah, no, that says lamppost. I thought I saw an airplane turning in, but it's not. Ronaldo, goedemorgen. And good morning to all others. Lily, Rose and others have received memberships just now, and that is because Jörg aka JD went ahead and gifted 5 just now. Jörg, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but you went ahead and did it anyway. Screw you, boy, he says. I'm going to continue to give memberships. Well, welcome to the Aurora Skylines new members. Don't forget to say thank you to Jörg or Dankeschön. Don't forget to use those custom emojis. You have access to them for a month. And don't forget to use the custom emojis, period. It also goes for already existing members. They're there for a reason. EasyJet, one of the custom emojis that you can use, like Peter K just now did, and Danny Remainders. More are coming. Jörg, thank you so much for your generosity. Another 5 members, courtesy of you. Welcome to the Aurora Skylines new members. Good morning, Highlander Z, who's tuning in from Denver. Thank you so much for your kind words. Nice of you to say hi. Goedemorgen, Frans. Alameen, good morning. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to say hi. It's not mandatory, but it is always appreciated. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Many people are watching. They're all friendly. Many of them are knowledgeable. No such thing as a stupid question, but you might get stupid answers if you ask questions here. But that's the part of the fun, isn't it? Gary Grebe, he dove under. You can still see the remnants of his dive. Tarom is coming in. Gary Grebe and his mate. Tarom coming in from Bucharest. 737, 800. Right, what's in store? BA A319 arriving from London Heathrow next. A320 Croatia Airlines arriving from Zagreb after that. And after that, KLM A330-200 arriving from Port of Spain. Good morning, Stein. They call me Am, good morning. Mark, goedemorgen. Good morning to all others. Hey, Marissa, also back in the chat. Good morning, goedemorgen, Marissa. Did not see you there. Apologies for that. Hope you're doing well. Contrails in the sky. Another blue belly. Another BA? Question mark? Or is it Ryanair? Oh, what's up, Gary? All right. BA flight 430 arriving from London Heathrow next. Another blue belly. Yep. Hey Tina, goedemorgen, good morning, and welcome to the show, one and all. Things are warming up here. Let's have a quick look at the METAR, see what has changed since we last checked it. So, cargo logs, Atlas Air And the Emirates A380 are expected. They're expected at the end of the morning, beginning of the afternoon, between 11:30 and 12:30. This is the wind in the METAR, and a refresh will tell us that temperature has now climbed to 11 degrees C. The wind is still more or less headwind for the current runway. It's still cavalcade, so I will paste that in a moment because there's an airplane coming. It's going to stay cavalcade all throughout the morning, I think, and afternoon. Another day of nearly unadulterated sunshine. This is Croatia Airlines Flight 450, arriving from Zagreb. Let's quickly turn back because our next airplane is a wide body. Alrighty, quick. Heading over to the computer. Paste that ticker that I just paste that meter that I just now copied into the ticker. Adjust the font, color, and size and type, and quickly back. Meanwhile, the Grebes over here, they're yelling at each other or at us. That could also be the case. Hey George, goedemorgen. Wesley, goedemorgen. Tomo, goedemorgen. Ed, goedemorgen. Hammy, goedemorgen. Tom, goedemorgen. Robert Johns, good morning. Welcome one and all. Hope you're doing well. This is AMS Live. My name is Boy, and I'm here with Lisa at the Kaagbaan. And Gary Grebe and his mate are also here. Oh yeah. That is so cute. Good morning, Jack Wolfman. Patiza, good morning. It's cute, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, enough. That's enough.
Right, enough. Time to continue with the business at hand.
Whoops, yes.
We're diving under. Means that we have time to go back to what is coming in the air. Air Canada should be next. There it is already. Air Canada flight 808. 777-200 long range, arriving from Toronto, Canada. 6 hours and 55 minutes on the way. 17-year-old airplane, first flight February 2008. Also time for the first sip of vodka of the day.
The first, yeah, right.
Yeah?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the first.
Yeah.
Yeah? Don't believe me?
I don't buy it.
You don't buy it. You don't have to buy it. It's free for you. Robert Johns asks, where are you filming from this morning? This is the Kaagbaan. Cakebean, runway 06, southwestern threshold. They call me M, says, Boy, sag auch guten Morgen zu Lisa. Lisa, guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Herzlich willkommen.
Schön.
Gern geschehen. Wie geht's?
Ganz gut.
Ganz gut, sehr schön, wunderbar.
Ganz toll.
Ausgezeichnet. Perfekt. Ihr habt es gehört. You heard it here first. Hey, Michael Jackson also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Hope all is well. Air Canada, flight 808. 777-200, long range, 6 hours 56 minutes, underway, 17-year-old airplane. And it has the bank robber look. They're coming for our money. First flight February 2008. Now the 200 long range has the same hull when it passes by as the 300 and the freighters do. Listen to it. Bam. Bill asks, any A380 inbound? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. 2 747s and an A380. It's all coming in before 12:30 approximately. I think we have a brief moment to show you. Next airplane is still a bit further away. It is Transavia flight 6006 arriving from Salzburg. Means that we can have a quick look on the map. Flight radar 24. First of all, Queens. Cargolux is now flying just west of England. First airplane to arrive, quad squad member I should say, ETA 1142. Atlas Air is coming in around 10 past noon. And the A380 is expected around 12:18 today. All three are expected to land here at the Kaagbaan. Runway 0624. In the meantime, the contours of the Transavia 737 growing in size. And these are geese. Geese traveling to the east. Yeah, well, that's what they are doing. I think they're closing the hatch of the 777. Yeah, they're closing it, alright. Goes really slowly. So that's the first of the cargo airplanes on that side that is going to leave, presumably. Also, let's quickly turn around. KLM flight, no, not KLM, Transavia flight 6006 arriving from Salzburg is approaching. We can hear it. 1 hour and 12 minutes underway. The PHHBL, 14 years old, first flight July 2010. Matus Corpo, aka Willem, says bonjour à tous, toutes. Bonjour à tous. Salut Willem, who's tuning in from the Pyrenees. Rob van der Horst, goedemorgen kerel. Gabriel says bonjour à toi. Bonjour, salut. Hey, the French speakers are chiming in. Luc Lizur, bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour mes amis. Salut et bienvenue. Karsten, guten Morgen. Let's quickly turn back. Embraer 190 arriving from Prague. Next and after that, and is it visible in the distance already? Yep, turning in the background you can see it, the 787-10 arriving from Cartagena. Gives me a quick moment to say good morning to Caroline Party, and also thank her and congratulate her, because time flies, she's still having fun and she's celebrating being a member now for a year. Another member has gone green. Caroline, thank you so much for your support. Hope all is still good in the lounge. I'm happy to hear you are still enjoying yourselves. Thank you for your ongoing support. This is KLM flight 1352 coming this way, arriving from Prague in the Czech Republic. It's an Embraer 190. Flight time 1 hour and 8 minutes. 15-year-old airplane. PHEZM is its registration. First flight January 2010. pheasant. Not a pheasant, but a pheasant. Oh, it's doing a wheelie. Keeping up that nose wheel. Duns, good morning. German Monster, good morning. Total Games, good morning. SVR, the recipient of a gifted membership courtesy of John, Dutch Canadian. John, thank you so much. Where's that message? Here it is. John, thank you so much for your generosity. Welcome to the Aurora Sky Lounge SVR. Hope you're enjoying the membership. Don't forget to say thank you to John. John, thank you so much for your kindness. Another member, courtesy of you. Wilhelm, good morning. Thank you for your kind words. Edwin, goedemorgen. Patrick, goedemorgen. Danny Rules, goedemorgen. Dans asks, what runway are you at? This is the Kaagbaan, runway 0624, being used for arrivals as runway 06 as primary runway. This is KLM flight 749, arriving from Cartagena. Cartagena in Latin America. You know what country is also in Latin America? Ecuador! You're goddamn right. Flight time for this airplane, 9 hours 16 minutes. It's the BKK. BKK, that's Bangkok Airport, isn't it? I think it is. Wouldn't it have been more fitting if this airplane would have flown for KLM Asia then? 4-year-old airplane, first flight December 2020. Painter Girl, good morning. Tuning in from the north of the country. Leo, goedemorgen. Hans, goedemorgen. Lenti, good morning. Kjell, good morning. MO, good morning. Let's see. Quad squad over there. That's a military airplane, isn't it? Lovely. Alrighty. Next airplane to arrive is another A330-300, arriving from Toronto, Canada. 7 hours and 1 minute underway. This is the Faka. What up, motherfucker? 13-year-old airplane, first flight February 2012. Daily Dose of Aviation, good morning. RDW, goedemorgen. Rajesh is tuning in from Chennai in India. Keep up the good work. Rajesh, thank you for saying hi. Thanks for your kind words. I will do my utmost best, mate. Airbus A400, just now passing overhead. The Atlas, cool. Second airplane to arrive is one that our members can use a custom emoji for, a certain red custom emoji no less. Hint hint. In the meantime, a massive big thank you to Wolfgang, aka Austrian Wolf, who is celebrating 17 months of membership. Fun like on the first day. Thanks, boy, for everything he writes. Mate, thank you so much for your ongoing support, not only as a mod, but also as a member. Or maybe I should say that the other way around, not just as a member, but also as a mod. I hope you still like both. Thank you so much, Wolfgang. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream, and I hope you're going to stick around for many more months to come. If not as a mod and or as a member, then at least as a recurring, frequent, normal visitor. But somehow I've got the feeling that you're going to stick around as a mod, hopefully. Thank you so much, Wolfgang, for all that you've been doing to support the channel already. And also a massive big thank you to Bill, once again super chatting very generously. And he writes, boy, small token again. Thank you as always for the super fun live stream. Really appreciate. Mate, thank you so much. You really didn't have to do that. I'm happy that you're enjoying the stream. I hope everybody is. Thank you so much for another generous super chat there, Bill. Really above and beyond. Now, also a massive big thank you to Stefan, who is celebrating 10 months of membership. 10 months already. Keep making great stuff, boy. I will definitely do my best to do that, Stefan. Mate, thank you so much for your support and for the kind words. Alrighty. Let's quickly go back to the camera controls. We have one airplane preceding that red airplane. Salim, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Peter Schutte, goedemorgen. XG, Xiu, also good morning. Wolfgang says, as long as you want to have me, I stay. Well, I have no intention of saying goodbye to any of the mods. I think we have a great team now. Absolutely no need to be worried about that, mate. Absolutely not. Hey, good news. Good news. Another custom emoji coming in. The A350 Qatar. I think the sun is providing horrible backlight. I think I have it already. Yeah. It should be right there. That's Qatar flight 275 arriving from Doha. Did you see it? First up, let's make the chat red. It is Play flight 460 arriving from Reykjavik. A320neo, the TFPPB. PP. The A350 has a small PP at the bottom of its engines. Flight time 2 hours 41 minutes. 4-year-old airplane, first flight September 2020. And good morning, me myself, Tim H, good morning. Yazir, good morning. Hey Mark Hilton also back in the chat, good to see you. Welcome one and all. Playtime arriving. Oi, oi, oi. For those of you joining us later, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. I'm standing here at runway 06, primary runway for arrivals. This is the Kaagbaan, as it's colloquially called. And we are still expecting 2 747s and an A380 all before 12:30. Look at this, a beautiful glide slope shot. Air oink oink first coming in. That's Pegasus flight 1251 arriving from Istanbul. A321neo, 3 hours and 6 minutes on the way. Par for the course, like I said before. Istanbul, Amsterdam usually averages around 3 hours of flight time. So this is no different. TCRFB is its registration. Brand new airplane. First flight July 2024. Boris, goedemorgen. Boris is tuning in from The Hague. Joris asks, is the snack car already there? There's no snack car here. There used to be one at the old Spottersplatz near Kaagbaan, but that is history. Niels, indeed, I am at the beginning of runway 06. Dirk van den Berg also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Ralf, goedemorgen, kerel. Arno, goedemorgen, kerel. Delta Airlines flight 236 arriving from Tampa next, and after that the Qatar A350 arriving from Doha, which should be turning in. Not sure if we can. Yeah, wait, no, there it is. A350 and A330. Nice combo shot there. I have to hurry up. Things are moving very quickly here. Thank you, David Meyer, for your continued support. 2 months as a member. Been a member with you for 2 months now. I hope you still like it, David. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Congratulations and thank you. Also a massive big thank you to Thomas, who just now super chatted and says, thanks for another great stream, boy. Keep on keeping on. I will definitely do that, mate. Thank you so much for your generosity and your kind words. Quickly back to the camera controls. This is Delta Airlines flight 236. Beautiful wheelie. Pushback of the 777 Air China Cargo. So if you're hearing GE90s on the ambient mic pretty soon, that's the culprit. Wilhelm asks, do you film at other airports than Schiphol? Love the stream so far, boy. Thus far I haven't, although that's definitely something I intend to do at a later stage. But for now I haven't come around yet to do so. So if you are going to hear GE90s, because the microphone picking up the ambient sound is pointing in that direction, that's the culprit. Chris and Curtis Coot doing morning cardio over there. In the meantime, Qatar A350-900 flight 275 arriving from Doha, coming this way. 6 hours and 5 minutes the flight time. Registration of the airplane A7AMF, that's Alpha Mike Foxtrot. The airplane is 6 years old. First flight August 2018. That's the GE9, the first GE90 starting. Absolutely love the aesthetics of the A350. I do think that Qatar's livery is doing it a disservice. From all the A350s I've seen, this must be the most hideous. Insofar as you can call it hideous, because it is still an A350 after all. But and Salim can hear the engine starting, absolutely, yeah. That's one of the two engines already running, and the second one is now starting. After both are starting, you'll see the flaps deploy. They'll do a controls check, and after everything is said and done, they'll ask taxi clearance and start their taxi. Not going to be able to stick around for it because yeah, indeed, Wolfgang, that was Lisa singing the GE90 song. Wolfgang picked it up on the mic. Can you also impersonate Formula 1 engines or car engines?
A good enough job. You did yourself.
came across one of those YouTube videos recently where a guy was impersonating a car shifting, and it was lifelike. Some people, it's a totally useless skill other than for entertainment purposes, but still they mastered it. KLM flight 644, 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from New York, JFK. New York. Bob says you could try streaming from Sydney, Australia. They will let you use P3 car park. Well, Alvin already told me that if I ever had plans of coming to Sydney, he would show me around and whatnot. That's definitely something that is on my bucket list, coming over down under to Australia. Hey Chuck, good morning. Chuck says that Qatar livery is so stylish and tasteful. I respectfully disagree. Alex, thank you for your super chat and for your good advice. Keep up the good work, boy. Little tip, if you step onto a plane and recognize a friend of yours named Jack, don't yell out, "Hi Jack!" Thanks for the advice there, Alex. I will definitely try to remember that. Thank you for your good advice and for your generous super chat there, mate. Hi, Jack. This is Transavia flight 6602 arriving from Innsbruck. And the 777 from Air China Cargo in the meantime on the move. Probably going to the Polderbaan, this airplane. Next up, KLM flight 1404 arriving from Paris. And in the background you can see a little bit of nebulosity. It's not very substantial. And the wind on ground level is blowing in the opposite direction towards those clouds, and they're not drifting to us, but I don't know what the winds are at higher levels. Also beautiful twin jet contrail right in the foreground here. First going to film the landing, of course. Floaty. Gertine Jacqueline, goedemorgen. BJR Rappy, good morning, goedemorgen. Omar, goedemorgen, good morning. Welcome to the show, one and all. QJ, good morning. The twin jet up in the sky has passed us by a little bit. The sun is now behind us and we can clearly see Delta. It says so on the tin. Delta A330 Frankfurt or something, 2 ... That remains to be seen. Next airplane coming in, EasyJet A320neo arriving from London Stansted. Flight time 39 minutes. 2-year-old airplane. OE LSM. Austrian registered. Right, 737 arriving from Geneva. Up next, and after that, American Airlines Flight 204 arriving from Philadelphia. That's a Dreamliner. Can we see it already? Probably. Yep, there it is. At the 8 o'clock of KLM Flight 1930. Delta from Frankfurt to Detroit. Boris says, thanks for the update. Hey Yvonne, goedemorgen, good morning. Topcat, good morning. Topcat is tuning in from Scotland, where there's lovely weather today. Great to hear that. Think big chunk of Europe is in sunshine today. Don says there's also an A380 passing you behind you. Not sure if you can see it. Yeah, it's actually in front of me where the camera is pointing to. There it is, I think. That's an A3, yeah, that's an Emirates A380, quite clearly visible. Quickly back to what is happening here on a lower level. So yeah, as you can see, contrails quite well visible over here. I think the sun is reflecting on something over there at the Zuidas. Yeah, that's the sun reflecting in one of the windows of the high rises at what is actually, what's it called again in London? That big part next to London City. What's it called again? That's over there. Reflecting the money, indeed. Come on, what's the name again? That business center in London next to...
The city?
No, something... Harbour? Canary Wharf, yeah, Canary Wharf. I was about to think Harbour, no, Wharf, Canary Wharf. That is basically, the Zuid is basically the Dutch Canary Wharf, or at least Canary Wharf of Amsterdam. So it's a congregation of law firms and banks mostly. Interestingly, there are also a couple of high rises that are residential. So there's actually people living over there next to office buildings. Place is deserted outside of office hours. Think that DJ, that young guy, Martin Garrix, also has a very spacious apartment over there.
Money, money, money.
Money, money, money. Canary Wharf, indeed. And the reflection is gone. Yeah, it's gone. The sun has moved and the reflection is gone. That was, and still audible, American Airlines Flight 204 arriving from Philadelphia using the reversers. Next up, Aegean arriving from Athens, flight 3624, A320neo. Oh, flight time 3 hours exactly according to flight radar. That's par for the course. Athens and Istanbul both averaging around 3 hours of flight time usually. The airplane is a year old. Registration is SXNEQ. That's Sierra X-ray, November, Echo, and Quebec. Yazir asks, how many millimeters can you zoom in? Optically, the zoom is equivalent to 600 millimeters of full frame equivalent. I also have digital zoom enabled. This camera can go up to 800 times. I also have a setting for 400 times maximum. That's what I always use because 400 is already overkill. This is the top end of optical zoom. This is going back to being fully zoomed out. Once again, top end of optical zoom. Here, digital zoom starts. This is 400 times, but yeah, as you can see, you're magnifying pixels, and you always, when you have lights shining towards the camera, you can see those circles around it. It does indicate that the lenses are properly aligned, well collimated, if you will. Indeed, Bill, quite happy with the camera, even though it is quote-unquote just a camcorder and not one of those mirrorless cameras with screw-on lenses. For the purposes of live streaming, I find that these cameras still work a treat. Pack a lot of capabilities in a very small form factor. I think the first airplane to 36 right is coming. ITA Airways, flight 108, arriving from Rome. That's a pity. That's at least one of the two that are getting away. That is such a shame, because that blue stands out really well over here with the morning sunshine illuminating it from behind us. EasyJet A319 arriving from Gatwick up first. Not as distinct as the whistle that A220s and E2 Embraers make, but a little bit sounding similar. Delta over there on the move. And that is Lufty. Now they're also closing the hatch on the A330-200 over there. So it is going to leave pretty soon as well, by the looks of it. Lewis says you have competition standing behind you. Well, there are just a few people standing here. Only a few. Right. Iberia Express arriving from Madrid. And now it is time for Heavy's Fest. Unfortunately, the Emirates 777 arriving from Dubai is the next airplane to turn in and will arrive on 36 right. That is a pity. Hey, Mac also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. Hope you've had a good day. Dutch Aviation, good morning. Welcome to the show, one and all. Our next airplane is going to be a Dreamliner arriving from Panama City. Right there, KLM flight 758. The airplane that is flying behind it is a 777-200 arriving from Edmonton, Canada. Vaguely visible at its 8 o'clock. Emirates is turning in for 36 right. Can just about see it, but the backlight is killing and makes it hard to see. Not a lot of detail that we can see on airplanes landing on that runway, so for the time being, going to continue focusing on what we can see best, and that is traffic 206. This is KLM flight 758, 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from Panama City. 9 hours and 3/4 of an hour underway, nearly 10 hours. The PH BKH, 4 years old, first flight May 2020. You can see how the pilot flying is working those elevators to let the nose wheel lower as slowly and gently as possible. Tom22 asks, Emirates also on this runway? And the answer is sadly no. It's approaching behind us. There it is, but the backlight is a bitch. If you pardon my French.
Yo, that Air China cargo has only just now reached the Polderbaan.
Oh, there you go. The Air China triple only just now reached the Polderbaan. Yeah, that's how long it takes. Team Ultimate, goedemorgen. Clementia, goedemorgen. Karsten, oh no, already said hi to Karsten. Don't know who else has joined us in the meantime, but good morning, welcome to the show. You're watching AMS Live. My name is Boya. We are standing here at the Kaagbaan, runway 06, primary runway for arrivals. And this is KLM flight 676, arriving from Edmonton, Canada. 8 hours and 15 minutes on the way, 777-200 the PHBQI, 20 years old, first flight November 2004. KLM Asia. It's confusing. But for those of you who don't know, KLM Asia is a subsidiary created especially to work around geopolitical issues concerning Taiwan, I think, if I recall correctly. That doesn't mean that KLM Asia will fly exclusively to Asian destinations.
Rarely.
Sorry? Rarely, in fact, rarely. Yeah. Lately we've seen them flying towards Latin America or North America more often than not. A350, Corendon World to Fly, flight 598, arriving from Willemstad, Curaçao. 8 hours and 52 minutes on the way. The airplane 2 years old, first flight April 2022. And good morning, Steven. Peter, goedemorgen. Me, myself says cam quality is great. Thank you for the kind words, mate. Donna Wassing, good morning. Marissa says, in KLM's mind, Canada didn't become the 51st state but joined Asia. Ooh, take that, orange president. You have to be careful, Marissa. Got a commenter last time who was not amused about my joke about Canada. Well, it wasn't a joke about Canada, but rather the orange president. Canadians are very sensitive about the issue now happening with their southern neighbor.
The guy just gave me a tip.
Yeah?
An Antonov flying above Norwich.
An Antonov flying above Norwich?
So it could
pass overhead.
Yeah.
Antonov, which one? The AN124. Okay. Now number 10 on flight radar. Have to keep that in check. Where is it going to appear overhead? Somewhere over there, probably?
Yeah, from the west.
From the west. Have to keep an eye out for that. Could you give me a heads up? Could you guys give me a heads up when the Antonov 124 that is now flying somewhere around Norwich? Thank you. If it is coming this way. Might be able to zoom in on it, have a look at it. In the meantime, Delta Airlines flight 74 A330neo coming this way, arriving from Atlanta, Georgia, 8 hours and a minute on the way. November 421 Delta X-Ray is its registration. The airplane 2 years old, first flight February 2023. Wilhelm asks if I've ever been to Finland. I haven't, mate, I haven't. Not yet. butteriest of buttery landings, the A330s. Both the 300s and the Neos. And a little bit of reverser use there. Air China just took off.
I just saw it.
Boris says. Bit.
Right.
It's a bit hard to see.
Yeah.
Did it take off from center or from Polder? Polder, right. So that's probably somewhere over there. Or
To the right.
more, even more to the right?
Yeah, a little white dot. But
Yeah, hard to see. Hard to see. Oh no, second A3, second ITA Airways is also coming in for the wrong runway. Pixie says, Antonov, you recognize when they fly over you the sound? Well, by the time we hear it, it will have already passed us. So I'd like to see it before I'm going to hear it, so that I can focus in on it. Because by the time you hear it, it's already too late. That's because of the speed of sound. By the time it has traveled towards us, it will have already passed us by. This is KLM flight 1002, arriving from London Heathrow, A321neo, 41 minutes the flight time. This is FAX A, the very first of the fleet. First flight of this airplane was July last year. Already half a year old. Already more than half a year old, in fact. Rob says Greenland melted itself just to F the orange fool. Yeah, it's funny how Iceland is green and Greenland is white. Greenland is icy, Iceland is greenish. Quick sip of vodka before we're continuing. It's 11 o'clock and already runway 36 right has opened for arrivals. That's usually from 11 until 11:40. I'm hoping that since they started a bit earlier with opening the runway, they also are going to close it a bit sooner. This is KLM flight 1174 arriving from Stavanger, Embraer 175. And Tim Sid is saying that the Antonov is now beginning flying over the Gulf of Yorkshire. It's not no longer North Sea. England has decided to call it the Gulf of Yorkshire.
Yorkshire Viper approved.
Yeah, Paul approved. So it's official now. There's the Emirates 777 that landed on 36 right. Coming this way. It's probably going to become the new neighbor of the Air China A330. Hey, Alan, also back in the chat. Isn't a bloody beautiful day? Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Wolfgang says it looks like it will pass at Alkmaar at the judging the course. Okay, that's not good news. We are still able to see it then, but I'm not sure how well we can hear it, and I'm also not sure how much detail we'll be able to see if it is going further to the north. Hadi Koos, goedemorgen. For some reason today it is still chilly enough to cause my nose to run a little bit. Hopefully that will be the only time I'll have needed to blow it. This is KLM flight 1068, Embraer 190 arriving from Southampton. There's a third, no, fourth. Is there 4 of them now? They've multiplied. The coots have multiplied. We've missed it. It's like a virus or something. They're multiplying, or bacteria. Thought I wanted to do something, but I forgot. Oh, wait. Yeah, now I see it on my screen. I was crouching behind the laptop. I thought, what was I doing again? But I totally missed, well, not missed, but I forgot already that Alan just now gave a membership. I was looking up at my screen and then I saw it. Now, going back again. Because, oh, the phone is quicker than, the software I'm using to to stream. Time to dance for my favorite president. Bye. I think that means Captain Jerry is saying goodbye. In that case, Jerome, thank you so much for having joined us here today. Enjoy your day and hopefully we'll see you again before your journey begins. When exactly is your traveling journey going to begin? One Embraer 190 coming in from Norwich, and after that it is time for another wide body, a Dreamliner arrival from Las Vegas. Oh, birds chirping. Spring is upon us. You can definitely hear. Britty Hopper coming in, arriving from Norwich. Flight time 32 minutes now. KLM flight 1056. Embraer 190 long range, 16 years old. An Embraer 190 long range for a journey of 128 nautical miles. Yep. Dan says, I think the Antonov is passing between Beverwijk and Alkmaar. Well, hopefully more Beverwijk than Alkmaar, because Beverwijk we can still see somewhat. How far along the Gulf of Yorkshire is the Antonov now? Halli Henk, goedemorgen. Ronald, goedemorgen. Right, it's not halfway yet. Yeah, well, if it is passing a little north of us, it should pass somewhere over there then, I think. Yeah. So, somewhere from over there to over there. If you consider that the north, the center runway to the north is this. This is looking to the north, so I'm thinking somewhere over there it should become visible at some point. Question is, how far to the north will it pass by us? Destination unknown, right? Marja has the extrapolation of the course between Amsterdam and Beverwijk, so that is relatively close by. That would be well within visual range. This is KLM flight 636 7879 Dreamliner arriving from Las Vegas. It is now 11:08, and if I recall correctly, within half an hour or so from now, the first Queen should arrive. Therese asks if they are also going to take off from Buitenvelderbaan. If you look at bezoekbas.nl, it says no. It says today the Polderbaan and the Zwanenburgbaan, runways 36 left and 36 center, are going to be the only runways in use for outbound traffic. So, Cargo Lux is now flying over the east of England. Will be the first quad squad heavy hitter to arrive today of 3. estimated time of arrival 11:40. There's still another 747 west of Ireland. Its ETA is 12:35. So I think which ETA does the... Yeah, Emirates A380 is going to arrive first. ETA of 12:18. These 3 airplanes are all going to arrive here on the Kaagbaan as well, since that is the time slot where only one runway for inbound traffic is going to be open. That's expected to be this runway. This is Air France flight 1500 A319 arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. Flight time 42 minutes, that's par for the course. 40 to 45 minutes, that's the average flight time of Luxembourg to Amsterdam, Paris to Amsterdam, and also London to Amsterdam. Lufty A340 right passing almost in the zenith, still a bit on the wrong side in the sky where the sun is also at. This is not the baby bus, but its bigger sibling. Still a cutie, absolutely, I agree. Chris van Wijk says KLM flight 601 is returning. Is that so? Marga, goedemorgen. Sarah, good morning. Good to see you again. And beautiful quad engine contrail. There you go. Lufty A340. That's the old livery. Or is it? Is that yellow? Is that tail yellow? It almost should be. Almost certainly has to be. The new livery also...
Star Alliance livery.
Oh, Star Alliance.
Yep.
Ah. There you go. Absolutely lovely to see. Also the contrail remnants are beautiful to see. Have a look at how it disintegrates. Yeah, no, but really, if you look towards the sun, looks beautiful. The way it disintegrates. Absolutely lovely. Alright, time for another rare and rare over here. Alright. Where is the Antonov in the meantime? Hey, Just Play Nuts also back in the chat. Good to see you, Steven. Hope all is well. Antonov 124 getting closer. And between Alkmaar and Beverwijk, still the estimation currently. Yeah, well, should be arriving somewhere. Yeah, it's still out of visual range, so probably another few more minutes. In the meantime, we have 2 airplanes over here on the glide slope. This is KLM flight 1042 737-900 arriving from Birmingham. Bill has to go. Bedtime. It's 5:10 a.m. If you stayed up until 5:10, I would definitely say it is about time that you hit the sack and got some Z's in. Bill, thank you for joining. If we are going to see the Antonov, what? No. It's probably no. It's too far away still. No. Still unable to see it. Although that is a good question. Which is that? Because you now know that that is the A340.
That's A340. Look. That's A340.
Is that the A340?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? Really? Where's the A340? Over there? I'm not convinced that this is the Antonov. EasyJet A320neo in the meantime arriving from Geneva. Oh? It's leaning in against the wind, it seemed like. It was tilting a little bit to the right. Well, don't know yet if we are going to see the Antonov, but if you are going to bed now, Bill, somewhere between 11:15 local time and 11:30, if we are going to see it, that's where you need to look back to rewind to see if the Antonov is still going to appear. I'm not sure that we are going to see it, but we are going to try. It's flying over Castricum. Okay.
I really think that it's that one. It's the only one in the
Surely, is this it?
It's the only one in the vicinity.
The only one in the, oh yeah, it is. Now I recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I think this is the Antonov indeed. Yeah, it's just pixels. Yeah, you were right. It was the Antonov after all. There you go, Bill, if you're still around. Antonov AN124. Yeah, it is still, it does look like it is still getting a little bit closer.
It's a pity that
It's a nice distraction to keep ourselves entertained with, because we have to wait for traffic to arrive here at the Kaagbaan. In the meantime, they're not doing an inspection just yet. Yeah, Antonov AN124 flying pretty far to the north. It is still getting a little bit closer towards us. As the crow flies. I think this would be its closest point, where as the crow flies it's nearest by. Yeah, well, it's digital zoom, it's magnification of pixels. Top end of optical zoom would be over here, but there you go, that's not a lot of detail, so we're magnifying pixels here.
yeah. Funny nose. Long nose.
Good nose or bad
nose.
nose? Good nose or bad nose?
Very good nose.
Klaartje the Flyer also back in the chat. What? Hello Klaartje. Hello.
Is that a deal?
Antonov AN124. Think this is about the closest by that we are able to see it. From here on it's going to move away from us. The sun is once again reflecting on the light on a window at the Zuidas. Like another beacon.
NJ is saying SLM A340 taking off.
SLM A340 taking off.
Oh, which one?
Runway, that's the Polderbaan. It has to be the Polderbaan. Has to be the Polderbaan. Peter asks, where is it going to? I don't know.
Oh, it's not a...
It says NA, I think, on Flight Radar.
It's comes from Washington, D.C.
Coming from Washington, D.C. A340, is it airborne yet? If I recall correctly, somewhere over there.
Already, yeah.
Where? Oh yeah.
You see it?
But it already is turning away, isn't it? Still hard to see.
I lost it again.
Where is it? Oh yeah, I think I have it now.
No.
Here.
Go to the, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Polderbaan is not the best runway to be watching airplanes take off from. It's not the best runway to see from over here, is what I am trying to say. Now once again, the sun is shining, is reflecting on one of the buildings there at the Zuidas. Arno says that the Antonov is going to Leipzig in Germany. Okay, duly noted. Now in the meantime, for those of you joining us just now, welcome to the show. You are watching AMS Live. My name is Boy. I'm standing here with Lise at the Kaagbaan, runway 06. Quite a few people have gathered around here and we are filming arrivals here today. Now at the moment, traffic is going to runway 36 right, which is also going to stay open for another 20 or so minutes as secondary runway for arrivals. Primary runway is this runway. The first airplane to this runway I think is going to be Transavia flight 5626, which is now in the vicinity of The Hague. Today we are expecting two 747s and the A380. They're all expected before 12:30 local time. For those of you joining us later, let's have a quick glance at what is in store for us. Looking on flight radar, you can see the Cargolux First Queen is arriving. It's traversing the Gulf of Yorkshire as we speak, arriving in 20 minutes from now from Miami, Florida. And a bit further to the west, now almost over mainland Ireland, is Atlas Air, which has an ETA of 12:35. Flying northwest of Pilsen in the Czech Republic and about to enter German airspace in a matter of minutes is Emirates Flight 147, the daily A380, arriving from Dubai International. Flight time is 5 hours and 33 minutes and it usually takes 6.5 hours to get here, and that means that in 56 minutes with an ETA of 12:18 it's going to arrive here as well. Current runway use, let's refresh because this is outdated. We are standing over here at the beginning of the Kaagbaan, primary runway for the arrivals today. This is a secondary runway which is going to close in 20 minutes and then this runway is going to open up again for outbound traffic. Polderbaan, primary runway for outbound traffic today. Lastly, let's have a look at the weather. This is what I had pasted in the ticker, and the refresh will tell us that the wind has decreased to 4 knots. Now, more or less from the east with a big variation. It's becoming southeast, so I'm wondering how much longer the runway is going to stay open for arrivals. KVK, 14 degrees Celsius, hardly any wind, 4 knots. Will be interesting to see what is going to happen. For the upcoming hours, Bezoek Bus is forecasting the current runway configuration to remain in place. It will all depend on the wind. Yesterday as well, wind around the east, a bit to the north at one time, a bit to the south at the other. And things differ. Yazir says that the 747 is coming here. Does that mean it has already been assigned to this runway? If that's the case, that is good news. This is the Emirates Sky Cargo 777 that arrived from Dubai earlier in the morning and it is now being unloaded. On the left of it, no wait, it's being loaded. My bad. Things are going up. Hey, PHBKM is coming back. That's interesting. Iceland Air Flight 500, that is the 80 years of aviation special livery. 757-200 coming this way.
Oh.
That's a looker.
Flashy.
That's flashy. That's absolutely one flashy mother. Hey, and I see that Andy Q is also back in the chat. Good to see you, mate. PHBKM. Let me have a look, because I now only have inbound filtered. Let's go to inbound and outbound on flight radar, so that I can also see where the BKM is coming or going to. If the BKM is returning, Which flight number is that? KLM flight 601, okay. KLM flight 601, where's it now? Alright, I've got it. To the northwest of Texel, still a substantial distance. I also see something pass overhead. C-17 crossing in 4 minutes. I'm also hearing something with propellers flying near my zenith. Trying to spot it, but it's not producing a contrail. Got it. Now where did I... There it is. If airplanes are producing no contrail, it is extremely difficult to point your camera in the direction. I don't have a viewfinder like you would have on a telescope. Right, PHBKM is returning to Schiphol. It is KLM flight 601, so it was outbound to LAX. That also means it's probably going to land here on the Kaagbaan, since it is arriving from the west. And the 757 is third to land. That's great news, Wolfgang. Hey Ricardo, goedemorgen. So your question about the tosti, only when I watched the chat back earlier in the week. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat ham, but I do like a cheese tosti very much. Grilled cheese sandwich. So absolutely love that. Hey Yvonne, goedemorgen. And good morning to all others. Menno, good morning. Menno is at the Panorama Rooftop Terrace. How do I get there? That's really difficult. Depends on the mode of transport. If you have to walk, it's a very big distance. And I wouldn't know how to get here with public transportation. Probably the easiest. Yeah. Probably easiest to just take the train to Hoofddorp and rent a bicycle from over there. I don't know. Is this the C-17? I think it is. Yep. Military C-17.
Yeah. All grey.
All grey, indeed. Good thing it produces a contrail, otherwise it would have been impossible to see. I'm watching my camera screen, but judging by the whistle, an E2 Embraer or an A220 just now passed by. That whistle is Telltale geared turbofan engine. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I'm going back to just inbound filter on flight radar, otherwise it is a bit messy. Next up is the 80 years of aviation special livery 757-200 from Iceland Air. This is going to be a looker. We have the sun on the right side shining on us. 2 hours and 38 minutes underway. The TFFI Air. That's Foxtrot India Romeo. 31 years old, ladies and gentlemen. First flight January 1994. Lisa, what were you doing in January 1994? Chilling in the cauliflowers. I was chilling in the elementary school banks. 31 years ago. What were you guys doing back in January 1994, ladies and gentlemen? Some of you weren't even born, others were already doing well in life, having a career, having a family and whatnot, traveling around the world, seeing and doing interesting things. Let's listen. This is a 757 special livery, and what a looker it is. That airplane has thumbnail potential written all over it.
Very special.
Sarah was teaching, Ari doing some work, he guesses.
I guess.
I suppose.
I have a feeling Big Al would say doing fuck all.
Big Al would probably say doing fuck all. Pissing off people. In the meantime, let me quickly go back to the computer and say big up to Andy Q, who just now gifted 10 memberships, 10 new members, courtesy of you. Mate, thank you so much for your generosity. You didn't have to do that, but you went ahead and did it anyway. Andy, thank you so much for your generosity. Welcome to the Aurora Skylines new members. Don't forget to say thank you to Andy if you just received a membership gifted from him. Also, don't forget to use custom emojis. There's 28 of them. They're all at your disposal. Use them whenever you see fit. Spamming is not allowed, but you can use custom emojis to your heart's desire. That goes for all members, new and old. Let's quickly go back. Delta Airlines Flight 136, arrival from Detroit, Michigan, is next to land here. A330-300. 7 hours and 32 minutes on the way. November 8, 14 November Whiskey, the registration. It is 18 years old. It is allowed to vote. First flight December 2006. Vote ground crew. Nope. Also a big thanks to Boss BJC for your super chat there, mate. Such a good looking plane, that 757. I absolutely agree, and I wish that there were more of them coming to Schiphol Airport. Now, a lot of the 757s that Icelandair still has are special liveries. We've seen, I think there are 2 or 3 or so of them. The 100 Years Independence, the Aurora, this one. I think we've seen them all at some point in the stream. Beautiful airplanes, each and every one of them. Also, just their standard old livery was so much better looking than that sterile white that they are having right now. Orange and blue, good combination. Orange and blue, isn't that the president and his party? Or no?
Just a good combination.
Wonderful combination, yeah. Something in my throat.
Very special.
Very special. And Bro 190 arriving from Humberside, coming in next. That's a Britty Hopper. Flying for KLM, flight 972, arriving from Humberside. 42 minutes to flight time. The plane is 11 years old, first flight February 2014. Don says Stratotanker just flying in front of KLM flight 601. Let's see. Oh, shit. Closed the split screen. Now it's back. 747, now third for arrival. Yeah, where is it? Hey there de maatjes, goedemorgen, good morning. Alrighty, this is BA flight 450 arriving from London Heathrow, regular A320. And Her Majesty is turning in. Alan says, in '94 I think I was an apprentice in Oxford University in the Piss Off People lectures. Of course I got my master's, lol. And he says, hi Lisa sweetheart.
Hi dear.
Right, let me not forget and quickly head over to the computer. Where's that message? There it is. Jörg, mate, once again, thank you so much. Your generosity is unsurpassed. Another 5 memberships gifted by Jörg just now. I hope that everybody who received a membership from Jörg or JD will thank you and will also enjoy the custom emojis at their disposal. Jörg, thank you so much for your generosity. Above and beyond, mate. This is KLM flight 1136. And I'm not going to follow it because it's going to Dublin and it's preceding the first of 2 queens coming this way. Cargolux, flight 6236, arriving from Miami. Now number 9 on flight radar, tracked by 380 people. Dennis, good morning. Martino, goedemorgen. Alabama Al, good morning. Howdy to you too. Tourist Boot, good morning. In '94, he was in his first year at uni. Arnoud, goedemorgen. Right. And the Stratotanker will fly over Leiden. I do see a contrail. Let's have a quick look. Is that it? Is this the Stratotanker? Don't think that it is. In that case, I'm not going to switch it up anymore. We're sticking with Her Majesty. Now number 8 on flight radar, tracked by 459 people. This is Cargolux, arriving from Miami, Florida. 7 hours and 57 minutes on the way. 757, just like that airplane that we saw earlier. Boeing 747, registration LXKCL. First flight was in February 2008, making this airplane 17 years old. Top Cat says 2 queens and it isn't even Queen's Day. Bam! Look at those flaps. Reverse? Question mark?
The coots are excited.
Even the coots are excited, indeed. I'm sensing we are going to get a long distance headshot in a moment. Parking of the Atlas, the Cargoluxes. That's usually on the right hand side. In other words, on the south side of this runway. The cargo apron of Schiphol Airport is located around this runway on both sides. Here already Atlas Air, KLM, I think this is Suparna over there. Also some yellow from DHL. That's over there. That's where this 747 that just now landed is going to go to. The other side, the north side, we have the Chinese and the Arabic Emirates. Qatar. No, Qatar is also parking on the south side normally. Hey, Jinshin also back in the chat. Aloha, mate. I am going to turn back just briefly. Sarah is also watching, and her beloved JetBlue is next to arrive. So let's give her the landing of JetBlue flight 2288, arriving from New York JFK, and also all the other viewers. Here it is, A321neo, 7 hours and 13 minutes on the way. 3-year-old airplane, first flight August 2021. That's the first of 2 queens in the show landing here on Kagbaan, and the Emirates A380 is also expected. Marky, good morning. And indeed, Dick, the PHBKM is returning. A lot of reverser used there by the 21neo. In the meantime, KLM flight 601 is now in front of Zandvoort, turning on the downwind. Can we see it already? On paper, I think I should be able to see it from over here if I know exactly where I need to look, although it is a bit hazy, so not exactly sure how well we can see it. It's a pity that the Queen of Cargolux is parked further to the, what is it, northeast, further away from us.
Now, you see, proof women can park.
Women can park. It's the exception to the rule. Something stuck in your throat, Lisa. You might need to take a sip of AMS Live vodka then, to clear it. Pheasant and Bro 190 arriving for Glasgow. Interestingly, I see that there is still a 737 from Sun Express arriving from Kayseri. Probably the last airplane to 36 right. Twin jet is coming directly towards me. Twin jet contrail. What? BA or Ryanair? That would be, if I had to pick my picks, either one of the two. Alright, Bob says it's bedtime here, big day tomorrow, taking wife to hospital for more foot surgery. Well, all the best with that, mate. Sleep well and hope to see you again soon, Bob. KLM flight 601 is now turning base off the coast of Noordwijk. This is an E2 Embraer 195 arriving from Edinburgh. The telltale whistle sound that you also hear whenever an A220 passes by.
It's a
BA, London Heathrow to Berlin, Marky says. Thanks for the update, guys. Now, KLM flight 601, that was supposed to go to LAX. The PH BKM, if I recall correctly, is returning. Now number 8 on flight radar, tracked by 432 people, diverting back to Amsterdam. It is going to be number 3 here. This is BA. No, and not BA, EasyJet, arriving from Basel. Flight 21223, A320 behind it, and then Bro 190 from BA coming in from Stansted. And Bobbers is tuning in from London. Good morning, beautiful morning indeed. Majority of Europe, I think, has nice weather under the influence of a big pressure, high pressure area. Although it was said that over here in the Netherlands later in the week things are going to cool down again, and we're also expecting some light precipitation somewhere in the second half of the week. So I'm hoping that my Thursday stream will be able to continue without it being too showery or too rainy. Edizio, bom dia, tuning in from Brazil. Good to see ya. Muito bom seus videos, which I think is very good, your videos in Brazilian / Portuguese. Thank you for your kind words. Sorry?
It's Sunday, it's a holy day, it's a cross.
A sort of cross, yeah, a control cross behind us. Control cross behind us. Now, where is number 601? There it is. KLM flight 601, returning to Schiphol. Number 4 on flight radar, tracked by 680 people. Was supposed to go to LAX, is now returning to Amsterdam Schiphol Airport. Here it is, the PHBKM. Flight time 1 hour and 51 minutes. So it was pretty far underway already. Well, pretty far. Decently underway. Howdy Stijn, goedemorgen. And indeed, the maatjes, 787 from KLM to LAX is returning. Alan has to go, he says catch you later, legend and crew. I will say hi from Sydney next week if I can be bothered. LOL, have a great day all. Enjoy, mate. If you cannot be bothered, enjoy your stay. I'm sure we'll hear from you once you've returned. Now who will be taking over from Alan to piss off people?
Oh no.
I for one have no degree in pissing off people.
You're the only one who could do that.
Like we're still so back in the chat, good to see you, mate. Welcome back. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far and you haven't already, consider leaving a like. It really helps to bring in more people like yourselves. Awesome people who are into aviation streams such as these, but who haven't come across the channel yet. Right, so this is the 787-10 PH-BKM Dreamliner returning. Now at 1100 feet and descending. It's an airplane that is a year old, first flight May 2023. Lufty 747, yeah, I see it. Another cross in the sky, another control cross over there. There's the Lufty 747. Obviously not yet. First, let's see how the Dreamliner will do. Frankfurt to LAX, right. They even went to Edinburgh before returning, right? They probably forgot stroopwafels or something.
Oh yeah. Couldn't they?
Midvi asks, any firefighters on alert? Not seeing any. Haven't seen any. Nor am I still seeing any looking around. So, no idea what's the reason for their return. The landing went A-OK. At first glance, nothing to write home about. So yeah, no trucks out or anything. No, nothing. If the fire trucks are out, they are well at hiding and they followed a masterclass ninja course.
So stealthy.
Super stealthy. Yeah, no, nothing to see. I know it's boring, but yeah. Tourist Boot said they left the Delft houses and must pick them up. Those poor business class travelers. Well, in the meantime, that quad squad 747 is already pretty far away. In fact, where is it? There it is. So yeah. Just the vague contours remain. And the Dreamliner over there. Still don't see any fire trucks or anything next to them. KLM flight 1020 and Embraer 190 arriving from Leeds is now coming this way. Alright, let's have a quick look. Traffic is coming, it's definitely coming, but we need to wait a few minutes. Gives us time to have a look at what is going on around us. First of all, the Air China Cargo A330-200 has been done loading and unloading for a while now. Its hatch on the front has closed and the front door is also closed, so I'm thinking it shouldn't be long before it's going to get pushed back probably. In the meantime, the Emirates triple is still being loaded. I think they were loading it. Gives us a brief moment to also have a look at what is happening elsewhere in the sky. We're still expecting a Queen and a King, so let's have a quick look on where they are on flight radar. So the Emirates A380 is about to enter Dutch airspace. Will be arriving first. It's ETA 1222. Should land here on this runway we are standing next to. I will soon get confirmation as soon as it traverses into Dutch airspace. The website Bezoek Bus will allow you to see what runway it will be assigned to land on. Atlas Air is still approaching. It is now flying just between Manchester and Liverpool by the looks of it and going towards Sheffield. Its ETA is 12:35. Having a look at the weather. This is the weather that I pasted into the ticker when I updated it. A refresh of the page will tell us that the wind is now blowing directly from west and is varying between 60 degrees and 120 degrees. That means that for this runway we have a little bit of headwind And a minor crosswind component. The wind around 4 to 5 knots. It was 4 knots last time, now it is 5 knots. It's still CAV okay. That means that ceiling and visibility are okay. And in the case of Schiphol Airport, that means that the lower 5,000 feet around the airport are free of clouds and rain and other stuff that impedes visibility. Air temperature is climbing to 15 degrees. The dew point is 5 degrees Celsius. The air pressure is 1006 hectopascals. No significant changes expected in the upcoming 2 hours. I'm going back out of the picture-in-picture. I'm going to paste the weather report that I just now copied into the ticker. Adjust the font size and color. Then it's back to the camera controls. Here we go. Time for a quick sip of AMS Live vodka, and then I think our next airplane should be arriving. An Embraer 175 arriving from Bremen, KLM flight 1762. I think also inbound traffic passing overhead. And the Dodo jet on its downwind leg. That's probably at 7,000 feet then. And descending.
Yep.
There it is. Yep. Quite clearly visible. Tail reminds me a little bit of Cathay Pacific. So in the meantime, traffic resuming here with KLM flight 1762 coming in next. See that John Singleton is also back in the chat. Goedemorgen, good morning. Still 3 to 4 minutes of morning left here on mainland Europe, in mainland Europe. Alethea, good morning. Robert Johns, good morning. And Robert says, visual on the Atlas, now over me. Cool, it's coming. Yazir says, A380 is coming to here, perfect. AR Gaming NL says, do you play Flight Simulator? Unfortunately, I don't have time for that, mate. Between household chores, between streaming, my day job and going to the gym, I don't have a lot of time left to do anything else. The Coots have gone and the Grebes, haven't they? Have you seen them recently? No. Gone. That's a shame. Big picture overview. This is what it looks like. It's Cavalcade. The only clouds that we see are high cirrus clouds that are in the south to southwest most of all. 777 is coming in next, arriving from Rio de Janeiro. That's in Latin America. And you know what other country is also there? You're goddamn right. This is KLM flight 706. KLM Asia coming in from Rio de Janeiro, Latin Asia. 777-200 10 hours and 36 minutes the flight time. Registration of this airplane, the PHBQK. That's Bravo Quebec Kilo. The airplane is 20 years old. First flight January 2005. Robert Johns has to go. Take care, mate. Thanks for joining and stopping by. Zach says the same one that departed yesterday, right? If all is well, it should be. They're usually staying there for a couple of hours and then they're returning, so I think this should be the same. Flapper on not being part of the spoiler system on the triples. With the Dreamliners you do see them go up when the spoilers are deployed. Wolfgang asks if I've ever been to Ecuador. I haven't, and nor do I think I'm going to go there anytime soon, since it has become what used to be the Colombia of Latin America. A lot of drug-related violence, and tourists, I think, are not doing well there, doing well going there. I think it's a bit of an unsafe situation there. And Marissa confirming that the triple that we saw just now left AMS yesterday at 10:57 from 09. So yeah, that's the one that we filmed. Hans' favorite is coming in next. Vueling flight 8309. It's an A320neo. It is returning from Barcelona. 1 hour 43 minutes underway. Registration ECNDB. Non-directional beacon. The airplane is 5 years old, first flight June 2019. And Yellard says that the Antonov that we saw pass by is now landing in Leipzig. There you go. The aviation asks, Boeing or Airbus? That's a very hard question to answer. I say Boeing for the 747, I say Airbus for the A350. Two birds of prey? Oh, really? Buzzards.
Yeah. My namesakes. Kind of flexible.
Two buzzards. If they would fly a bit closer to one another, I can zoom in a bit further.
Maybe
Let's see if I can zoom into one. Isn't that a kestrel? Need to. And there's the other. It's two different species. I think if I ever have to return in the next life, in another life as an animal, I think I would probably want to. I probably would want to come back as a bird of prey.
That's why you like the A350.
That's why I like the A350. It does look like a predator bird. Absolutely, it does. Next airplane coming in is that Anadolu jet that we saw flying overhead on the downwind leg. Now on final, arriving from Istanbul, 3 hours and 4 minutes underway, par for the course. And this is the TCGZS. So is that Jesus kind of visiting the Netherlands then? Kind of, sorta. Turkish Jesus. The airplane is 10 years old, first flight March 2014.
Well, Jesus was Middle Eastern anyway.
Yeah. It's not Jewish Jesus though. It's Just Plain Nut says, are you a carnivore then? No, I'm a vegetarian, sir. I probably would be a carnivore if I were to return as a predator bird in another life, obviously. This is a Lufthansa 747? This is a different carrier. Contrail vapors are blocking the view of the tail, but if I had to guess, I would say it is a old livery Lufty where the Lufthansa logo is yellow. Air Traffic Cargo A330 has been pushed back now. The elevators are still lowered, so that means that the fly-by-wire controls have not enabled yet. When they're starting the engines, you'll see them go up. They'll set the flaps, they'll do the controls check, they'll ask taxi clearance, and they'll start taxiing. While that is happening and we're waiting for the next airplane to arrive, I'm heading back to the computer. And thank Wolfgang, who just now went ahead and gifted 5 memberships just now. Maybe courtesy of you guys giving the stream 600 likes. Thank you so much, Wolfgang. You know you didn't have to do that, mate. Truly above and beyond. 5 new members courtesy of you. Hope that everybody will enjoy their membership and will thank you for it. Don't forget to use the custom emojis that you have at your disposal now, folks. Spamming is not allowed, but custom emojis you are able to use freely. Kuwait Airways A320neo arriving from Kuwait City. Right, they've powered the stuff. They're doing a control check. Elevators. No, wait. The elevators are just now going into the neutral position. You can see that the APU is on. It's farting. I think I can hear the first engine being started. Wolfgang loves my broken record. Always a pleasure. Well, I keep saying it, you keep ignoring it. Same with Alvin and with Jörg. We're just being very repetitive here. But plane spotting is quite repetitive, isn't it? So I guess if you wouldn't be into repetitive things, you would have different hobbies. Sing Lisa DB? What?
You singing?
You want Lisa to sing?
Sing.
Sing? 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 Can you sing?
No. Yes, but I won't.
Didn't even know you had it in you. In you. Sing. Sing song. Also, a big thank you to Just Play Nuts, aka Steven, for your thumbs up hand gesture with the words top super sticker. It's a pity that I am unable to see the super sticker. Oh no, wait, I can have to scroll on my phone to the right and then I can see it. I always have to be, yeah, there you go. I already have to be very careful about scrolling laterally when I have the chat on my phone open. Reason being is that it always opens up a pop-up and then the chat freezes. Ah, your best imitation of a GE90.
No. I need to hear it again first before I.
You need to tune properly based on the actual engine.
As a real artist.
You can already see that the flaps are now being set. Probably going to do the controls check pretty soon. We also mustn't forget that there is a 777-300 arriving behind us, coming from Sao Paulo, KLM flight 792. Oh, they already did it. Must have missed it already. Either that, or they're still going to do the controls check during taxiing. That also sometimes happens. Maybe if they are a bit behind schedule. I didn't see them do the controls check. I'm sure they will or have already done so. Gives me a good moment to scroll back, not scroll back, pan back, because there it is, KLM flight 792. Next airplane to arrive from Sao Paulo in Brazil. 10 hours and 47 minutes on the way. It's the PHBVI 777-300, 12 years old. First flight June 2012. Martin Wilson asks a very interesting question, namely, are the landing fees proportional to the size of the airplane? Andy Q says, I believe so. It does seem logical to me that it would. The hull of GE90s of a 777-300 freighter or 200 long range. Not the regular 200s. They sound differently. The aviation says, was that a bird strike? I saw a bird get in the engine. Did that happen? Or was it just flying in front of it? Usually when birds disappear into engines, you will either see a puff of smoke emanating from the exhaust or see or hear something probably. Emirates A380, it is approaching and it is flying on the downwind leg. It is now in the vicinity of the Vinkenveense Plassen, and from experience I know that if I know where I need to look, I should be able to see it already in the sky, so I'm already looking where I can possibly see it. Let's see, in the meantime, let's not forget to keep the camera focused on the glide slope. Twin jet contrail passing by over here. Now flying over Meidrecht. I think it should be.
They're all saying they saw a bird, but I don't see it.
Was there a bird strike?
777 has a bird in the engine.
That's what people say.
I'm rewinding.
And a puff of feathers. Okay.
Any fire?
Okay.
I'm rewinding and I don't see it. Follow your live stream.
In the meantime, I do see that the A380 is flying base. Where is it? There it is. Only vaguely visible.
Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit.
You can see it a little bit, but the sun is really making it hard to see.
Yeah. Where is this? Where is the A380? It's like there.
Well, I have it on camera now, and I'm trying to look where the camera is pointed to. It's between the lantaarnen, the lanterns.
Oh, yeah, I see it, yeah.
You see it? Yeah. Cool.
What's that car there? It's a little yellow car
Where?
driving around.
That's the bird control vehicle, Vogelverschrikker. That's to chase away the birds that are in the vicinity of the airport. Ik ben Nederlands, ja. Ik praat gewoon Engels. Yeah, international audience from all over the world. So if I would speak Dutch, they wouldn't understand.
Nee. Hoeveel kijkers heb je?
Hoeveel kijkers? More than 1,000 now, I think.
Yeah?
I'm not. You can see on the computer.
Ja, 1070.
Okay. Right, so that's a separate video upcoming.
When it was approaching.
I'm looking on a small screen with reflections. It's hard for me to see all those details. You guys can see that way better than I can. If you say that there was a bird strike, I happily believe it. That was around 12:10 or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
10:20.
Makes it a bit easier to find it and make a separate video out of it. We can probably magnify it and slow it down a little bit so that you can see it pretty well. The A380 is coming, folks. And stick around if you're tuning in just for the A380, because there's also a 747 coming in from Miami, Florida. This is Transavia Flight 208 arriving from Kitila. For those of you who just joined us, stick around if you want to see more quad squads, because there's also an Atlas Air traversing the Gulf of Yorkshire with an ETA of 12:45, which will stick around for. So if you don't have to be anywhere, stick around. Plenty of action happening here in the meantime. The Emirates A380 is flying base and is turning final. A couple of narrow bodies preceding it. And Clemencia says 2 birds in the left engine. Right. Don says that the banana has been pushed back, which we should be able to see pretty soon. I have it. The A300 that Duns was referring to, the banana over there. Long distance headshot. There it is. Just Play Nuts is signing off. Have a wonderful day after exercise. Mate, are you sure you want to leave when the A380 is just minutes away? Ferry says, I think it only went through the bypass air. Well, either way, it did get sucked into the engine. Right. Question is, when is the banana going to traverse the runway, which it still has to traverse? Emirates A380 is over there. It's now number 2. KLM flight 1944 is arriving from Basel. That's number 190. It's not going to get much love here because the A380 is right behind it. I'm zooming in with digital zoom, so things look a bit pixelated, but at least you can see a bit more details already in advance. Paul Kremers, good morning. Good to see you, mate. Welcome to all others who have joined. Now the number 1 on flight radar. Tracked by 1121 people. This is Emirates Flight 147 arriving from Dubai International. The A380-800, 6 hours and 29 minutes the flight time. It's almost picture perfect. 6.5 hours is what usually is the average flight time at this point in the sky. It's the A6EOZ, that's Echo Oscar Zulu. 9 years old, first flight January 2016. The sound you're hearing is one of 2 KLM's SkyTeam livery airplanes remaining in the fleet. The Embraer 190, the other being the 737-900. The PHBVD was the 3rd in the fleet, 777-300ER. Unfortunately, it got repainted back to the standard KLM livery. Emirates Flight 147 arriving from Dubai. Now firmly number 1, tracked by 1,238 people. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps to bring in new people, make the thumbnails pop up to folk who are into aviation streams like these, such as you guys have been at some point. Make the awesome community of AMS Live even greater. 6.5 hours. It's probably going to use the reversers. I'm sure hoping for it. Hopefully it will get loud. Airplane 9 years old, first flight January 2016. The members have already found the custom emojis. And you can also use Let's Get Loud and Let's Get Louder for this one. 4 of the 28 custom emojis. Right, I'm going to shut up now. Let's look and listen to the A380 landing here at Schiphol Airport. not really the loudest of landings, and you could also see if you look closely that the A300 had already traversed the runway. Where is that going to go to, the A300? We might catch a glimpse of it if it will take off from center, because we are standing in line with it. Indeed, Gary, quiet as a mouse. Yeah, I think that was an idle reverse landing there. So there is still a 747 expected in 25 minutes from now, folks. So if you don't have to be anywhere, stick around, because we are going to catch them all. Our next airplane coming in is Saudi flight 215, arriving from Jeddah. Now number 10 on flight radar. Now number 9 on flight radar. It's climbing. The wind is picking up a little bit. This is a Saudi 787-9 Dreamliner. Coming in from Jeddah. Flight time 5 hours and 36 minutes by now. The airplane is 6 years old. It is the Hazar 22. HZAR22. Still curious, is there an HZAR15?
Oh shit!
The airplane is 6 years old. First flight March 2018. Flapper-ons, and watch how they go up as part of the spoiler system when the speed brakes are applied. Check out the wheelie. Elevator maximally up to slowly lower the nose. Beautiful to see. Peter is leaving. Thank you, Peter, for joining. And Jellert is informing us that the A300 is going to go to Leipzig via the Zwanenburgbahn. Yeah. Could you guys give me a heads up when it is lined up over there? Probably won't be long. We should be able to see it. Jellert says, yeah, I see it now. Suparna 747 getting pushed back over there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
There you go. A350 also heading to center, Marissa says. Which A350 would that be? There's a long distance headshot in the making. Bird control is coming this way in the foreground. Ah, CX270. That's the A350-1000 Cathay Pacific.
Yeah.
Going to center? Cool. Oh, has it already taken off?
Yeah, that's good.
Is that it? No, that's Aegean. That's Aegean. Yeah.
First the banana.
Long distance headshot.
Banana is turning in.
Spartan will be heading to the boulder run, as expected.
First the banana, then a small KLM, and then
The banana first?
Yeah.
Is it already lined up?
Yeah.
It is, okay.
Then a small KLM and then the Cathay.
Cathay third.
Yeah.
Right, this is where the center runway is. We're standing at the front of the dike again. So earlier in the week, the departures were coming from over there. I'm going to stick around with the camera in the direction of center. We're now directly in line with the center runway where the A300-600 Banana is taking off to Leipzig, was it? It's lined up and it should take off and become visible over here pretty soon. EDDH Airport, Guten Morgen, tuning in aus Hamburg. Herzlich willkommen. Here it is, the Banana. A300-600, taking off to the north. Center runway, and we're standing right behind it.
This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Thank you, Lisa, for chiming in unprovoked. Right, a couple of contrails passed us by. Twin jet over there. And another twin jet a bit to the left. In other words, a bit further to the south west. This is a Lufty Dreamliner by the looks of it. KLM 737 coming in here. Split Scimitar, good to see you back, mate. Welcome back, hope you're doing well. I for one am doing a-okay over here. If you guys joined us only just now, welcome to the show. One queen already landed. One king already landed. Another queen is expected within half an hour. And apparently a double bird strike in a 777 that happened around, what was it, 11:10 or so? Something like that. I'll make a separate video out of it, magnifying it, slowing it down, making sure you guys can see it the best you can. I missed it when it happened. It's only because you guys in the chat told me it happened that I learned of it. Right. Embraer 190 is rolling, A350 is next to line up. We're talking about... Oh, wait, hey. Traffic going around the southern threshold, Air Canada. There you go. That's something we can see from over here as well. A350 1000 Cathay Pacific to Hong Kong is now lining up on the center runway, which is behind the trees and the lanterns that you see in the center of our field of view. Shamrock is arriving from Dublin. Air Canada going away with our money. Now I hope that the A350 will hurry up because there is a lot to see here. Next to land, and after a lot, KLM Flight 622 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. .747 is now rolling. Dunn says, indeed, we can see it. It's going to traverse the runway pretty soon. Sparta Queen already in the right mode with the flaps and slats set. Hopefully Sparta Queen will go around, I should say, not traverse, but go around the center runway through the southern threshold, because then we should be able to see it pass by over here in the foreground, like we did with that Canadian bank robber just now. And here we have Cathay Pacific Flight 270, the A350 to Hong Kong. We're missing out on a lot to see. That's a pity. Wolfgang asks about Captain Wheelsky. We haven't seen him yet, and we're not going to see this one either. No, the nose gear is already down. Captain Wheelsky wasn't flying this jet. That much I can tell. Queenie has to wait. Queenie has to wait. Right, our next airplane arriving here. Over here is KLM Flight 622 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia. 777-200, 7 hours and 51 minutes. The flight time registration is the PHBQB, that's Bravo Quebec Bravo. The airplane is 21 years old, first flight October 2003. And indeed, Duns, the 747 will be going to 36 left, which is why I am hoping that we are still able to catch a glimpse of it if it goes around the southern threshold, like the Canadian bank robber just now did.
211.
Ryanair will be arriving next after this. Those often get loud, so fingers crossed. And the flapper on, although squeaky clean, not part of the speed brake system. I think Queenie is going to make a run for it. Suparna Airlines, is it going to Nanjing or elsewhere in China? Either way, it's going now to runway 36 left. I'm hoping we might catch a glimpse of it as it passes around the southern threshold of the center runway. I hope it will. I don't know if it is going to do that. Lisa about to cross, Wolfgang says. Ryanair flight 420 is approaching, coming in from Dublin, Ireland. Bear with me, says Queen needs to wash her bum. Yeah, those Chinese don't take care of their airplanes that much as well. Not as well as KLM does, at least.
Who told you you can look at a lady's bum?
Very impolite to look at a lady's bum. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's going to Nanjing in China. Wagner, good day to you. Welcome back, mate. Here we have Ryanair. Ryanair flight 420 arriving from Dublin, Ireland. 737-800. In the meantime, Queenie has passed, and question is, well, will we see her again or not? And she's going to make a left-hand turn already at the beginning. She's going to go around the southern threshold of the center runway, and that means we should be able to see her another time over there. So keep an eye out for her. If you guys could let me know in the chat, that would be terrific. We have two airplanes on the glide slope. The second is an A220 from Air France, Bombardier C-Series 300, arriving from Paris, aka Paris Charles de Gaulle. In front of it is a German Airways flight ZQ9935. Is that a relocation flight? It's coming in from Leeds. Flight time 44 minutes. It's number 190 short range. This is the airplane. It's the Trader. It's a D-APRI. It's the one that we used to know as Chucky, but now is back to being normal German Airways. First flight of this airplane was in January 2008, making it 17 years old. And Marissa says, yes, she's taking the western of the two taxiways. That means that after this airplane, well, I'm already looking around right of me, we should see the Suparna Queen one more time. One more time. I also want to catch the A220 that is behind this airplane. Hopefully we'll be able to do so. I miss the chocolate cake and the bars of chocolate and the bonbons that were at the front. Sorry? Rest in pralines, indeed. Or rest in pieces of chocolate. 747, now third for landing. Thank you, Duns. That also, it's all coinciding. Let's have a look and see if we can spot the Queen. Not seeing her yet. So I am going to turn the camera back to the A220 that is now next to land, because look at this, what a stunner. This is Air France flight 1640, arriving from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. It is a Bombardier C Series 300, aka A220, flight time 41 minutes. Par for the course. Still no glimpse of the 747. That's the whistle that A220s and E2 Embraers make. The geared turbofan engines. Right, now, still not seeing the Queen. Suparna 747, we should see it for another moment over here if it traverses around the southern threshold of the center runway. Mario says, bedtime over here. Thanks for the stream. Are you sure? There is a Queen coming. It's now third to arrive. And here is the Suparna 747. Get to see her another time. Traversing around the center runway southern threshold. And that gives us another opportunity to see it. Right, Maria will see you tomorrow. In that case, all the best, Maria. Sleep tight. I hope to see you later in the week. Ali Martinaire, good afternoon. The Aviation, good afternoon. Denka, good day to you. Hello. Well, let's turn around quickly, have a look at the second Queen of the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is Atlas Air Flight 5579, arriving from Miami, Florida. It's a 747-400, flight time 8 hours and 3 minutes. This is the November 450 Papa Alpha. The airplane is 24 years old. First flight was in October 2000. Not reaching any top 10 on Flight Radar yet. Matthew, great feed, much love from Arizona, USA. He writes, thanks for the kind words, mate. And nice of you to say hi, Matthew. Don't be afraid to say hi if you're new to the channel. It's not mandatory by any means, but it is always appreciated. Feel free to shoot any questions that you might have. Many people are watching, they're all friendly. Many of them are knowledgeable. And there's no such thing as a stupid question. Let's look and listen. Atlas Air. Bam! Wow. Loud bouncy landing there of the main gear. Not really hearing the reversers. SMK says that's the AliExpress. The Aviation says crazy slam. Diana says bouncer. Absolutely, yeah. Man, that was a bouncy and hard landing.
You ordered a little statue of glass. Oops.
Yeah, if your glass statue was on that plane.
Not our problem.
Gary says he knocked over some luggage in that one. Absolutely. Kevo says, holy crap, that was loud. It certainly was. Man. Alright, so the airplanes of interest that I had on my radar have now landed, but I do see that more is coming. Qatar 777 to Doha. Turkish A330 arriving from Istanbul. It is 11:39, so I think, are they still coming for runway 06? They probably are. This runway is going to stay open as the primary runway for arrivals, the only runway for arrivals, for another 20 or so minutes. So I'm expecting the Qatar 777 and the Turkish to still be directed to this runway. Marissa jokes, who promoted a Ryanair pilot to fly that 747? Yeah, absolutely. That's what you get when you promote Ryanair pilots. Now I'm not sure. No, the hatch is closing, isn't it? Or no. I thought for a moment I saw the hatch of the Emirates triple close, but it's still constant. Next 747 is over a little over 2 hours at AMS, Don says. Yeah, I'm not going to stick around for that, unfortunately, but I am sticking around for any heavy hitter that still might be coming to the Kaagbaan. Qatar and Turkish, I think, are coming to this runway. Those at least. Another Lufty is coming in. Alrighty, let's see. Qatar arriving from Doha. Shouldn't be too far away. Not seeing it against the backlight. Transavia is now flying over Leiden, arriving from Alicante. That's the next airplane to arrive. Transavia flight 6144. And oh wait, no, I totally overlooked that there is a Transavia, and I think this is the Peter Pan Vakantie Club livery, arriving from Napoli, flight 6414. Yep, that's the Peter Pan. Already recognized it by the nose. 2 hours and 2 minutes on the way to return from Naples, Napoli in the south of Italy. The PHHSI, 11 years old, first flight March 2013. Duns asks if I live anywhere close to AMS. I live about 15 to 16 kilometers away from here as the crow flies. Not too far away. Once again, that special livery. Ooh. Long distance headshot of Her Majesty the Queen, the Atlas Air, looking us right in the eye. The aviation has to have lunch. See you later, the aviation. En Erik, goedemiddag. Seal the Deal, goedemiddag. It seems that Atlas is being parked right next to the cargo logs that we saw earlier. No, wait. That is absolutely wrong. It's now the closest 747 to park here. Alrighty. Turkish and Qatar are flying base and turning base respectively. Let's have a look on flight radar quickly to see what else is in the pipeline. I think for the time being those are the last wide bodies on the roster for today, at least for now. So I'm contemplating stopping the stream after these two heavy hitters have landed. Means that there are 3 more airplanes coming, the first of which should be over there somewhere. Am I now really losing it? Transavia arriving from Alicante. Sorry? De polder zeker. Dat is wel rottig om te zien vanaf hier. 747 is going into the sky at the polderbaan. It's a bit difficult to see. Ah, now finally the Transavia over here. Here I was. Jörg already says goodbye. Thanks for the wonderful stream again. See you on the next one. Thanks for joining, Jörg. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you again later in the week. If all is well, it should be on Thursday. Sticking around until the next 2 wide bodies have landed. Also, bye Lise from Jörg.
Bye, Jörg.
Bye Jörg, she says. Caleb van der Velde says that the 747 pilot was a Timu pilot. Well, we have seen quite a few hard landings here at Schiphol. They do sometimes smash their airplanes onto the ground. Into the ground, I should say. Right, this is the third last airplane of today's show. Transavia flight 6144 arriving from Alicante. Qatar and Turkish will be the last 2. Thanks for the update, Don. 747 is lined up for departure. Second in line to fly. It's a pity it's going to coincide with the arrival of the Qatar 777 arrival from Doha. Diana also already saying goodbye. Thank you for joining, Diana. Enjoy the rest of your day as well. And hopefully see you again in the next one. 2 more airplanes arriving here that I'm going to film. Qatar from Doha, and this is Turkish arriving from Istanbul. Michael Whale is greeting us from nearby Haarlem. Good day to you. Alrighty. Qatar Airways flight 273. This is arriving from Doha, 777-300 5 hours and 59 minutes on the way. The airplane is 12 years old, first flight February 2013. Second to last airplane of the day. Turkish will be the last. Thanks for the info, Duns. 747 is rolling. You see me rolling. Thought I heard something from the right, but I realized that it was just a reflection of the airplane landing that was bouncing off the buildings. Right, China is taking off. Suparna. Where is it? You see it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whoa, that's hard to see.
It's hazy.
Yeah, it's hazy. Should be over there.
It's not as clear as yesterday.
No, really hard to see. Right. Turkish Airlines over there, last airplane of the day. And Wolfgang says Christine's daughter is a crew member on the EasyJet coming in next. That's the A319 coming in now. It's only vaguely visible before it's going to disappear behind the buildings. A319 EasyJet over there. Last airplane of the day, Turkish flight 1957 arriving from Istanbul, Turkey. A330-200, 2 hours and 53 minutes the flight time. The airplane is 18 years old, first flight July 2006. Registration TCJNE, Juliet November Echo. Right. That was it for today, folks. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I had a wonderful time and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I have. Don't forget to leave a like if you have enjoyed the stream and you haven't already. It really helps to bring in more people like yourselves who are into streams such as these. For now, I'm going to say a big thank you to all of you for joining me here. Lisa, thank you for joining me here as ground crew.
You're so welcome, boy.
Also a big thank you to the moderators for keeping the chat friendly and accessible to all. A big thank you to all of you for joining me here, for liking the stream, for your support in the form of super chats, super stickers, becoming a member yourself, gifted memberships, merch store purchases and PayPal donations and whatnot. You guys are what makes this channel great. Thank you all so much for joining me here. Enjoy the sunshine if the sun is out where you are living. Be safe, be warm. Hope to see you again during the next one, which is, if all is well, it's going to be on Thursday. For now, take care. See you later.